And welcome to 2D Carter Field, home of the Man Hillbillies for tonight's Section 4, Region 4, Section 1. Winner go home sectional championship game between the visitors, Sherman Tide, and the homestand, High Hillbillies. While we are getting set, I'm going to step aside. We'll be right back as you're watching Man High School Baseball live on YouTube.
Butcher. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 28, Austin Davies. He will be batting for the right fielder, number 12, Jace Evans. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 11, AJ Skeens. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 2, Logan Green.
All right, guys, we're going to go over the lineup real quick, and then we're going to get things started. Just listening.
Center fielder, number 10, Jace Atkins. Batting second, the third baseman, number 9, Caleb Vance. Batting third, the shortstop, number 24, Caleb Blevins. Batting fourth, and tonight's pitcher, number 15, Preston Blankenship. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 6, Brady Hall Montgomery. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 11, Bo Thompson. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 20, Caden Dickerson. He'll be batting for the second baseman, number 23, Gavin Klein. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 13, Braxton Messer. And finally, batting ninth, the left fielder, number 2, Colton Miller. The rest of the Hillbillies include number 35, J.D. Campbell, number 12, Braden Colton, number 4, Hayden Fraley, number 25, Cameron Gerace, number 8, Hunter Gibson, number 14, A.J. Gore, number 22, Lucas Haney, number 7, Dylan Vance, and number 21, Drake Beers. That you please rise to your feet and remove your caps as John Peck cites the pregame prayer. We ask that you remain standing and point your attention to center field as we honor America in the playing of our national anthem.
Lord Father, we thank you for this day you have blessed us with, Lord. Lord, we thank you for our loved ones and the players that are here this evening. We ask, Lord, you keep them safe as they play this game this evening, Lord. Keep the families and the players safe as they return back home. We ask this, Lord, Father, in Jesus' precious and holy name. And amen.
All right, we're back here live on the campus of Tootie Carter Field, home of the Man Hillbillies. Leading off for Sherman is number 3, the center fielder, Cole Whitehead. As of this time, we're going to go over the man's lineup in the field. Man on the mound is Preston Blankenship. The man behind the plate is Brady Hall Montgomery. First baseman is Bo Thompson. Second baseman is Gavin Klein. Shortstop is Caleb Blevins. And the third baseman is Caleb Vance. As that pitch is thrown by Blankenship, and it will go as a strike. Swung on and missed by Whitehead. Blankenship, 2-pitch. Outside, ball 1. And in the outfield from left to right, Colton Miller is the left fielder. Jace Atkins is the center fielder. And Braxton Messer is the right fielder. DHing for man tonight is Caden Dickerson. He is DHing for Gavin Klein. Here comes the pitch. High, ball 2. Blankenship. Here comes the pitch. Is popped up, foul behind me. For strike 2, 2-2 count on Whitehead. Man's coming in here after the loss on Saturday night, against the Sherman Tide that forces this win or go home game for both ball clubs. Man looking to get back to the state tournament from last year's trip. That pitch is swung on, miss right by me. Thank God for the cage. Still 2-2 count for Whitehead. Man's trying to get back to the Charleston Civic Center from last year's team that was the runner-up, lost to Moorfield in the state title game. Moorfield's the 3-time defending state champion. They're in a tough section right now. They're trying to get out of there and try to repeat. Man's trying to get back to the title game. Blankenship gets his signs. Here comes the windup and the pitch. That is high inside. Ball 3. 3-2 count for Whitehead. Blankenship. Looking for a sign. Here comes the pitch. And that is going to get hit. And it's going to get down for a base hit. Colton Miller brings it in. That will be a single to start off for Sherman's Whitehead. Now that'll bring up number 10, the second baseman, Clay Massey. Massey steps in the batter's box, waiting for the pitch from Blankenship. And that pitch just misses. Ball 1. Sherman is in their black jerseys with black pants outlined in maroon with maroon socks with black and maroon hats. Man is in their white pinstripe shirts and pants outlined in blue sleeves with blue numbers. And that pitch from Blankenship misses again, ball 2, in their blue hats. Head coach for the Sherman Tide is Jeremiah Petrie. Head coach for the Man Hillbillies is Mike Crosby. This is a winner-go-home game for Man or Sherman. Blankenship, 2-pitch. And that misses low, ball 3. Blankenship, 2-pitch. In there, strike 1. 3-1 count for Massey. On deck is Holden Allen, the shortstop for the Tide. Man gave up 11 runs last game against the Tide, looking to rewrite the ship and try to get back to regionals. And that pitch in there again, strike 2. So we got a full count for Massey. Blankenship's looking for his first strikeout of the contest. Blankenship looks back over first. Here comes the pitch. And that is hit high. That is going to be foul out of play. Blankenship looks back over at first. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3 for Clay Massey. Preston Blankenship gets his first strikeout of the game.
Coming to the plate for Sherman, the shortstop, number 1, Colton Allen.
So Blankenship gets his first strikeout of the game. Now that'll bring up Holden Allen, the shortstop, for the Tide. Guys, if you're on this, share this video. Share my YouTube video. There comes the pitch from Blankenship and fouls it off. Whitehead was taken off the second. Now he has to come back. And that pitch will go foul for strike 1. This is the Region 4 Section 1 Championship win or go home between the Tide and the Billies. Here comes the pitch from Blankenship. And that breaks in there. Strike 2. Brady Hall Montgomery, the catcher, for Man. It's giving the signs to Blankenship. Blankenship looks back over at first. Blankenship, 2-pitch. Swung on a miss, and they're going to try to throw out Whitehead, and he gets in there safe. All Montgomery's throw was late, but that is strike 3, and now we got 2 outs for Sherman. And now that'll bring up the dangerous third baseman, number 24, Josh Jenkins.
Number 24, Josh Jenkins.
And they are going to intentionally walk Josh Jenkins. Mike Crosby elects to walk Jenkins. The dangerous Jenkins is from what I've been told. The guy leads the team for home runs this season. And now that'll bring up the catcher, number 21, Seth Ward. Blankenship looks back at second. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 1. Last inning, Sherman scored 11 runs the last game in the first inning against the Billies. Man's off to a good start now. Blankenship, 2-pitch. And there again, strike 2. 0-2 count for Ward. Ward looking to try to move the bases runners over. Try to move Whitehead and Jenkins over to get that first run for Sherman. Blankenship's looking to retire the side here and take this into the bottom half of the inning. Here comes the pitch. And outside, ball 1. Just misses for Ward. Ward looks at a 1-2 pitch and misses again. Same spot, ball 2. Again, share this video. Guys, let's get people on here. Here comes the pitch. And that misses. Ball 3. So Ward's battled back from an 0-2 count. We got full count for Ward with 2 runners on, 2 outs. Here in the top of the first, Blankenship doesn't want to lose this batter here. Blankenship looks back. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. And with that, Sherman leaves. 2 runners on. We're going to go into the bottom half of the first. We're still scoreless between Man and Sherman here in the winner go home sectional championship in Class Single A. While the music plays, I'm going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Bottom of the first, leading off for man, center fielders, Jace Atkins. We're going to go over the Sherman lineup real quick. Man on the mound for the Tide is Jared Butcher. First baseman is AJ Skeens as that first pitch misses, ball 1. Second baseman is Clay Massey. Shortstop, Holden Allen. Third base, Josh Jenkins. Man behind the plate is Seth Ward. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. And it's in there, strike 1. And in the outfield from left to right, left fielders Logan Green, center fielders Cole Whitehead, and the right fielder is Jace Evans. And that is a hard hit by Atkins. Hits it right to the third baseman, Josh Jenkins, for the first out. So now that'll bring up number 9, Caleb Vance.
Caleb Vance.
First pitch offering is ball 1. Comes the pitch from Butcher. That's high. Ball 2. 2-0 count for Caleb Vance. Butcher. 2 pitch. In there. Strike 1. Right down the middle. Butcher. 2 pitch. Outside. Ball 3. DHing for Sherman is number 28, Austin Davies. He's DHing for the right fielder, Jace Evans. Pitch on the way, and that hits Vance. So Caleb Vance will now take his base. And that'll bring up the dangerous number 24, Caleb Blevins.
Coming to the plate for the Phillies, the shortstop, number 24.
Ian Logan High School made it to the regionals this year by beating Wayne in the first game and beating Scott twice, back-to-back games. Man's trying to do the same thing. Try to be the second Logan County's team to get to the regionals. Here comes the pitch. In there, strike 1. Blevins. One of his outings against the Sherman Tide hit a grand slam. Here comes the pitch. That is high, way, almost over the head of Ward. He had to jump up and get that for ball 1. Butcher looks back at first. Here comes the pitch. High again, ball 2. 2-1 count for Blevins. Blevins has a basketball state title under his belt. He wants a baseball state title. His recruiting, is what I can remember, is still open for basketball and baseball. So here comes the pitch from Butcher. Outside, ball 3. They're going to throw down, and he is safe. Safe at second is Dylan Vance. Takes off, and he makes it in there. So we got a 3-1 count on Blevins. And Man's got a runner in scoring position, looking to try to bring him in. Butcher looks back at second. Here comes the pitch. And Blevins gets a hard hit. And now Vance is in a rundown. Vance is in a rundown. They got him out. Blevins stays in at first. Okay, we got a
Now batting for the Phillies, the pitcher, number 15, Preston Blankenship.
we have a ruling of an interference, so there is. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. Guess the ruling is that Vance we had a runner interference, so they awarded him third. Here comes the pitch, and Blevins takes off the second. No play. The man was trying to pull off the double steal, so man's got 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. Got a 2-0 count for the pitcher, Preston Blankenship. Butcher, 2 pitch. That's high again. All 3. So a 3-0 count for Blankenship. Blankenship's going to try to get his. That pitch is in there, strike 1. Excuse me, before I lost the train of thought, Blankenship hit a home run last game against the Tide. Hit it right over center field. Butcher with the 3-1 pitch. That's high, ball 4. So man's got bases loaded. And that'll bring up the catcher, Brady Hall Montgomery, who is signed to play baseball at West Virginia State University. So Brady Hall Montgomery has a golden opportunity. Last time he was in this position was in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. And he went down swinging. We got a courtesy runner for the pitcher. That is number 4, Hayden Fraley for Man. So with 1 out, bases are loaded. Here in the bottom of the 1st, Man has an opportunity to clear the bases or at least get 1 run, maybe 2 runs in. But the double play is on for Sherman. As here comes the first pitch. Outside, ball 1. Again, if you don't want to watch the feed, you can always listen to Bill Lusk on WVOW radio. I will admit he is much better than me. So, but if you want to watch the game, this is where it is. Here comes the pitch. And that pitch is in there. Strike 1. Man fans doesn't agree with that. But the ump's word is final. So we got a 1-1 count on Hall Montgomery. Butcher pitch. Hall Montgomery hits that one. They're going to throw over to third. But that will score a run. Blevins is out. Hall Montgomery hit it right to the third baseman. Tagged up third. He is out, but Man gets a run in. So that will bring up Bo Thompson, the first baseman for Man. And that first pitch misses. Oh, no, it's in there. Strike 1. So Man's got runners on first and second with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. Thompson pops it up. And it looks like it's going to get caught by the first baseman. He makes the grab for out number 3. The Man gets a run in. They lead 1-0 over Sherman Tide. As we're going into the top of the second, we are tied. Man has a 1-0 lead. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here in the top of the second. Man has a 1-0 lead in a winner-go-home situation between Sherman and the Hillbillies. Leading off this inning for the Tide is number 5, Jared Butcher, the pitcher. So Blankenship with the pitch to Butcher. That misses. Looked good, but the ump said no, ball 1. Here comes the pitch. Swing on a miss. Strike 1. Blankenship to pitch. And then misses high, ball 2. 2-1 count for Butcher. Winner will move on to the regionals. Loser season is done. Both teams are really senior heavy in their lineup, and they want to keep on playing. Don't want their season in here. Blankenship fouls it back over the press box head for strike 2. So we got a 2-2 count on Butcher. Butcher waits on the pitch from Blankenship. Blankenship looking at Hall Montgomery. He gets his sign. Here comes the pitch. That is low. Outside, ball 3. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. That is Preston Blankenship's fourth strikeout of the contest. His first of the inning. Now batting for the Tide is the DH, Austin Davies. Here comes the pitch. Misses, ball 1, low, outside. Blankenship looks at signs from Hall Montgomery. Here comes the pitch. And that misses, outside, ball 2. So a 2-0 count for Brady Hall Montgomery. For Austin Davies. Davies foul tips it back. Strike 1. Hall Montgomery was giving the signs to Blankenship, telling him to bring it in here. Let's get him out. So, with that, we got a 2-1 count on Davies. Wahama or Ravenswood are going to play it out probably right now to decide who is going on to face either of these two teams. And that pitch foul tips it back for strike 2. 2-2 count on Davies. So Wahama and Ravenswood are waiting to see who will move on to wins this game between the Tide and the Hillbillies. Blankenship, the 2-2 pitch. And that is hit hard over the head of the shortstop. That is going to be a base hit for Austin Davies. That'll be a hard-hitting single for Davies. And that'll bring up the first baseman, A.J. Skeens.
Number 11, A.J. Skeens.
Again, the other night you heard Bill Lusk on the call. I'm on the call because Bill Lusk is on WVOW radio. He is right beside me as that pitch is hit foul down third base line. Strike 1. Blankenship. It's a signs from Hall Montgomery. Here comes the pitch. That's a low away, ball 1. A.J. Skeens looking to try to move over Davies so Sherman can get runners in scoring position to try to tie up the ball game here. Here comes the pitch from Blankenship. Low, but they call it strike. Good breaking ball by Blankenship. Ball broke low, so we got a 1-2 count on Skeens. Again, I am a Logan guy. This is my Facebook page. I do stream Logan games, but I'm also going to stream other counties. That's hard hit, and right over the head of the second baseman, Klein. Runners will hold at first and second, and that will bring up number 2, Logan Green.
Sherman, the left fielder, number 2, Logan Green.
We're going to get a mound visit from the man coach, Jack Daniels, and he's going to take the pitcher away from, looks like, Blankenship, and now we're going to have Caleb Vance. We're going to have a new pitcher coming in for the Hillbillies. So with that, we're going to step aside as the new pitcher is Braxton Messer. Is going to come in to relieve Preston Blankenship. Blankenship threw 38 pitches. He pitched 2 1/3 inning. He struck out 4 batters and walked 0 batters. So while Messer while Messer warms up, we're going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Messer's on the mound for man. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Caleb Vance moved to right field. Messer moved to the mound. Hall Montgomery moved to first. And Blankenship is back behind the plate. Here comes the pitch. And misses, ball 2. And Bo Thompson moved to third. And that pitch misses again. Ball 3. So here comes the 3-0 pitch from Messer. In there, strike 1. Sherman's got 2 runners on. One at first, one at second. Messer trying to get the second strikeout and try to keep the runners at bay. Logan Green. The 3-1 count. It's in there again. He showed bunt. Strike 2. Full count for Logan Green. Here comes the pitch for Messer. Hard hit. Scooped up by Klein and throws out over to Hall Montgomery, but the runners advances to second and third. We got 2 outs on the board. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Cole Whitehead. Messer, 2 pitch. And that pitch misses. Ball 1. Messer to pitch. In there, strike 1. 1-1 count for Whitehead. Last at bat, he got a hard-hitting single. Messer looks over at third. Here comes the pitch. And that's in there, strike 2. Messer's 1 strike away from getting man out of this inning. Messer looks over at third. Here comes the pitch. And that misses. Ball 2. Cole Whitehead still at bat with a 2-2 count from Messer. Messer, 2 pitch. And in there, strike 3. And man will get out of the jam. Sherman leaves 2 base runners on. We're going into the bottom of the second. Man still leads 1-0. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here in the bottom of the second. Dickerson gets a hard-hitting base hit, the DH. Dickerson gets on.
The pitcher, number 13, Braxton Messer.
And now bring up Braxton Messer to the plate. Dickerson got a hard-hitting single. He hits it right between the shortstop and the second baseman, and it falls into the outfield. We're going to get a courtesy runner
14, A.J. Gore.
Paint for Messer. And that is going to be number 14, A.J. Gore is going to come in to run for
Guarantees us that the winning team will not be no hit like the Pittsburgh Pirates last night against the Cincinnati Reds.
I know y'all can't hear Bill Lusk over there. He just mentioned the Pirates winning the game against the Cincinnati Reds, but the Reds threw a no-hitter. I didn't know how that's possible, but it is. As that pitch is bouncing in the dirt from Butcher, ball 1. Butcher, 2-pitch. In there, strike 1. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. Inside high, ball 2. 2-1 count for Braxton Messer, who came in to relieve for Preston Blankenship. Butcher throws back over to first. Gore is in there safe. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. Messer hits that high, popped up, and it's going to get caught by the first baseman. And that is out number 1. Now that'll bring up the left fielder, Colton Miller.
Now to play for man, the left fielder, number 2, Colton Miller.
Yeah. Look, I got enemies, got a lot of enemies. Got
Colton
a lot
Miller,
of people trying to drain me on my
from what I've heard from Mike Crosby, is one of the best hitters on the team. And he's the 9-hole hitter. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. That's inside, ball 1. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. In there, strike 1. A 1-1 count for Colton Miller. Here comes the pitch. Pitch fouled off of his bat. 1-2 count for Colton Miller. The ump went out to talk to Butcher. Tries to get it back. Miller. Again, I'm trying not to be too loud because I don't want to get picked up on the radio. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. And Miller had to duck for ball 2. So we got 2-2 count for Colton Miller. Miller swung on and missed, strike 3. Out number 2. And that'll bring back up the top of the lineup for man, Jace Atkins.
Back to play for man, the center fielder, number 10, Jace Atkins.
Butcher. 2-pitch. In there, strike 1. Butcher, 2-pitch. And there's the pitch. Scooped up by the third baseman, throws over, and that is out number 3. So, Caden Dickerson's hard hit goes untamed as he stays. Man doesn't score another run. They leave a runner on first. We'll be right back after this break. You're watching Man High School Baseball live on YouTube. All right, we're back. Top of the third. Leading off this inning for Sherman is number 10, Clay Massey. Messer with the pitch. Foul back. Scared me up to death. Strike one. That's one thing not used to streaming up here is thank God there's a cage right in front of me. Here comes the pitch. And that misses high. Ball one. Messer gets his signs from Blankenship. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That is outside. Massey had to duck. Ball two. Here comes the pitch from Messer. It's outside, ball three. Here comes the pitch from Messer. Swung on. Strike two. Messer with a full count pitch. And that's hit high. Out of play. Still a full count for Massey. And Man's trying to join Logan and is being the two county teams that make it to regionals. Man wants to get back to the state championship game where they fell to Moorfield, but they can't. They feel like they can win it this year. Here comes the pitch from Messer, and that's inside. Ball four. Thought I was going to hit it, whether it hit him or not. Massey's taking his base.
Now the pitcher shown on the shortstop, number 1, Holden Allen.
And now it'll bring up Holden Allen, the shortstop. For Sherman. Here comes the pitch from Messer. And that pitch is in there. Strike one. Josh Jenkins is on deck for Sherman. He's dangerous. Messer looks back at first. Here comes the pitch. And that misses. Ball one. Messer. To pitch. And it's in the dirt. And it gets high. They're going to throw down. Nope, he doesn't. That bitch bounced in the dirt high off of the backstop. And Massey steals to second. There's a short backstop here at Man, if those of you are not aware of. But with that wild pitch, Sherman's got a runner in scoring position. Here comes the pitch. That's hard hitting. Over the head of the second baseman, Klein. Here comes one run around third. They are not going to throw as Sherman has tied the ball game at 1. So an RBI single from Holden Allen ties it up for Sherman.
Number 24, Josh Jenkins.
So no outs. Sherman got a runner on first. Tie ball game. Here comes the pitch. And that is hit high. And that sends it back to right field. Caught by Vance. That'll be out number 1. Now that'll bring up Seth Ward.
Now the plate for Sherman, the catcher, number 21, Seth Ward.
Messer looks back at first. Here comes the pitch. And that is hit high. That's popped up, and Blevins is going to try to make the parent grab, and he does for out number 2. So there's 2 away now. So back-to-back flyouts for Sherman. Will leave the leading runner at first. Now that'll bring up number 5, Jared Butcher. Butcher. Steps into the batter's box. Here comes the pitch from Messer. Outside, 1-0. Sherman's trying to make some noise in their dugout. Again, try not to be too loud because the radio's on, and I don't want to try to interfere with them as that pitch is in there, strike 1. So I'm trying not to be too disruptive for the radio. So I'm just barely just going to just like speak, but I'm just going to try to give you all a follow-up of what's going on with the game. Messer looks back over first. Messer 2 pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2 for Butcher. Messer 2 pitch. And that misses. Low, ball 2. 2-2 count for Jared Butcher. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3-2 count for Jared Butcher. Here comes the pitch from Messer. Swung on a miss, strike 3. That is strikeout number 2 for Messer. But man, gets out of this jam. Sherman gets 1 hit, but that hit is a run. Is an RBI single from Holden Allen. Scores Massey, who got walks. So Sherman's tied the ball game up at 1 apiece. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Bottom of the 3rd. Leading off for man is Caleb Vance. Vance lays down a bunt. Scooped up by the third baseman. Doesn't make a play. Keeps it in his glove. So Vance will be safe at first. Now that'll bring up number 24, Caleb Blevins. Caleb Blevins steps in. Here comes the on pitch. Blevins hits that high, and it's coming. Make a play as a center fielder for out number 1. Again, the sunlight is beaming down, so it's going to be hard to see that. So just bear with it. So Blevins flies out to the center field, and that'll bring up number 15, Preston Blankenship. Blankenship fouls it back over the press box. Strike one. There comes the pitch. Vance takes off to second. He's in there safe. That pitch goes outside, gets away from the catcher. Ball one. So now Blankenship's going to go talk it over with third base coach Daniels, and he's going to get his instructions to see what he needs to do to bring in Caleb Vance from second. Here comes the pitch, and Blankenship hits it right back up to the shortstop, throwing over to his first. He is out for out number 2, but Vance moves over to third. So a 2 away. Man's got a runner 90 feet away from the plate, and that'll bring up number 6, Brady Hall Montgomery. So man doesn't want to squander this opportunity, trying to bring in Vance to give the Billies a 2-1 lead over the Tide. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. And Hall Montgomery hits it right to the center fielder for out number 3. So with that, Man leaves a runner on third. We're going into the top of the 4th. Still tied at 1 between Sherman and Man. We'll be right back. We're back. First pitch from Messer's in there. Strike one. Man and Sherman are tied at 1 apiece in a winner-go-home situation between the Tide and the Billies. Here comes the pitch from Messer. In there again, strike 2. Batting for the Tide is number 28, Austin Davies. Last at bat, he got a single in the second inning. Was left stranded at third. Here comes the pitch from Messer. Outside, ball 1. The sun is starting to go down, so that's going to be a little bit better for me and Bill. Bill's on WOW radio. I'm on YouTube. That pitch misses. Ball 2. So Davies has got a 2-2 count on Messer. Messer with the windup. Here comes the pitch. That's in there. Strike 3. Davies goes down looking. That is the 3rd strikeout for Braxton Messer. Now that'll bring up the first baseman, number 11, A.J. Skeens.
Now playing for Sherman, the first baseman, number 11, A.J. Skeens.
Here comes the pitch from Messer. Breaks out of the plate, but they called strike. And that pitch. Trying to change the camera up a little bit. Pitch misses, ball. 1-1 count. Skeens hits a grounder. Scooped up by Thompson. Throws over to first. And he is out. So on the 5-3 play from Thompson to Hall Montgomery, that gives man 2 outs now. And that brings up the number 2, left fielder number 2, Logan Green.
Number 2, Logan Green.
Messer. Here comes the pitch. It's in there. Strike 1. Messer has really came in strong since we're leaving for Blankenship in the 2nd inning. Messer, 2, pitch. Swung on, miss by Green. Strike 2. So Green's got an 0-2 count. Messer, 2, pitch. And that is outside ball. Inside ball 1. Messer with the 1-2 pitch. Grounder scooped up by Blevins. Throws over to first. And it way over the head. So on an air throw by Caleb Blevins, Green will reach first.
Back at the plate for Sherman, the center fielder, number 3, Cole Whitehead.
So now that'll bring up the top of the lineup for Sherman, Cole Whitehead, on an air throw from Blevins. Cole Whitehead has now steps into the batter's box. Messer, 2 pitch, and that pitch is outside, ball 1. And that pitch in there, strike 2. Strike 1. Sorry, I saw the 2 outs and I immediately said strike 2. Again, man's trying to join Logan. Being the Logan County teams represented in the regionals. So that pitch misses outside, ball 2. 2-1 count for Cole Whitehead. Logan's waiting on the winner of Sissonville and Winfield. But Region 4 has still got to wait on its 2 winners to come out of this region. Here comes the pitch. And that is a hard hit, and it looks like it's going to drop, and it will. Right in front of Caleb Vance. Green is into third. He stays in there. So, with a hard-hitting single by Cole Whitehead, Sherman's got bases loaded. Got bases at the corners. Runners at the corners with 2 outs.
Sherman, the second baseman, number 10, Clay Massey.
Now I'll bring up Clay Massey, who is 0 for 1 today on a strikeout, but he walked his last at bat in the 3rd inning. So Sherman's trying to break the tie. So Messer, 2 pitch, outside, ball 1. Messer's trying to get out of this jam. Started off great, striking out his first batter, grounding out the second, and he's gave up back-to-back hits. Well, one of them was an air throw by Blankenship, and the last one was a hard hitting into the right field by Cole Whitehead. comes the pitch. And that's low in the dirt. Ball 2. Good block by Blankenship. Man, trying to get out of this jam here and go into the bottom of the 4th. Messer to pitch. In there, strike 1. Counts 2-1. Massey calls time. Again, for those of you who may know me, I do Logan games. So I decided I'm going to do a man game here. Did one the other night. Man lost, but now man's coming back in here. And that pitch misses. Ball 3. Man fans aren't happy about it. Messer with a 3-1 pitch. Here comes the pitch. And that is popped up high, and it's going to get out of play. Into the Little League field. We got a full count for Massey with runners at the corners. Messer to pitch. And that is ball 4. So bases are loaded for Sherman. Now, that'll bring up the shortstop. Number 1, Holden Allen. Messer to pitch. And that's fouled off of the catcher's mask of Blankenship for strike 1. Messer with 0-1 pitch. In there, strike 2. Messer, the freshman for the Hillbillies, trying to get out of this jam. 0-2 count for Holden Allen. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 1. So we got a 1-2 count on Holden Allen. Messer gets his signs from Blankenship. Doesn't like what he wants. Messer now gets the sign. Looks back at third. Here comes the pitch. And that's going to be a hard hit. Thompson throws over to second. And that is in there for out number 3. So Sherman leaves. The bases loaded. Doesn't score a run. Man gets out of the jam. We're going into the bottom of the 4th. We're still tied at 1. I am Danny Miller, and I'm stepping aside. You're watching Man High School Baseball live on YouTube. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Bottom of the fourth. Butcher, 2-pitch. Thompson up the bat. He hits it high, and this looks like it's going to get caught by the center fielder. And it will for out number 1. Let's see this part. Center fielder Cole Whitehead was up to make the catch, and now that'll bring up number 20, Caden Dickerson. This is a winner-go-home situation for Man and Sherman. Here comes the pitch. Dickerson fouls it back towards the Little League field. Strike 1. Butcher has done a good job. He hasn't struck out a batter, but here pitch on the way, and it's popped up in the infield under the make the catch is holding out on the shortstop for out number 2. And now that'll bring up the pitcher, number 13, Braxton Messer, who was the right fielder who relieved Preston Blankenship in the second inning. So 2 outs. Man, leaving opportunities to try to claw into this game, claw in this lead. Butcher has done a good job on the mound. There comes the pitch. And that is low, in almost at the dirt, ball 1. Butcher hasn't struck out a batter yet, but he has done a good job leaving runners on base. So that pitch is inside over the head of Messer for ball 2. 2-0 count for Messer. Butcher likes what he sees. Here comes the pitch. And there's strike 1. Messer is 0 for 1 today on a pop-up in the second inning. Here comes the pitch. Inside, ball 3. 3-1 count for Braxton Messer. Messer gets the pitch from Butcher. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Butcher with the pitch, and that is inside, misses, ball 4, and Man's got a runner on first. Now that'll bring up number 2, the left fielder, Colton Miller. Butcher walked his third batter in this game. So now Colton Miller has an opportunity to try to move Messer over. Here comes the pitch. And that ball's low in the dirt. Messer takes off the second. He is in there safe. So, Man's got another runner in scoring position. A hard-hitting single for Colton Miller can score Messer from second and give Man that 2-1 lead. You can hear the Man fans. I don't think you can hear them on the YouTube feed, but they're getting loud. Here comes the pitch. Miller lays down the bunt. Strike 2. Thought that last pitch went ball, but they called a strike. So a 2-2 count for Colton Miller. I was right. It was 1-1. It's a correction. It's a 1-1. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. And they throw over to third, and they're going to then gets away. Here comes Messer. Messer is going to score. Man leads it 2-1. Stolen base from Messer. Throw down from the catcher Ward. To third. Jenkins didn't growl it. It gets away from him. Messer hot back up easy, and now he comes home on a wild pitch from a throwdown from the catcher to third, and he scores. Man now leads it 2-1. There comes the pitch. Miller squares the bunt. And he misses. Ball. Excuse me. Strike two. Man. And swung on a miss. Strike three from Miller. Butcher strikes out his first batter of the day, but man gets a run. They lead it 2-1. And we're going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Leading off from Sherman Tide is the dangerous Josh Jenkins. And that pitch, just high. Man, just a little bit. Ball one. Messer with a 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball two. Again, for all the Man fans out there, share the video. This is a winner go home situation for Man and Sherman as well. And that pitch is hit hard, scooped up by Blevins. Throw over to first. Excuse me, that was Vance that scooped it up. And that is out number one. Caleb Vance is now at short, so Blevins is now at right field. And that pitch misses. Sorry, I had to write this stuff down. So that pitch is in there, strike one. Blevins, I never hardly see him in the outfield, but he is. Here comes the pitch, and that misses, ball two. So Vance moves to short. Blevins is now in right field, and that is ball two. So 2-1 count for Seth Ward. Here comes the pitch. And that is in there. Strike two. This game is nothing like last game where both teams put up a combined of 20 runs in the first two innings. Messer, two pitch. And that is in there. Strike three. Ward goes down looking. That is strikeout number 4 for Braxton Messer. And now that'll bring up number 5, Jared Butcher. Butcher looks from the pitch from Messer. Here comes the pitch. Way outside, ball one. Here comes the pitch. Foul tip off of the catcher Blankenship, and that hit him in a place I don't think you want to get hit. He's going to get checked on. He is down, so while he gets checked on, we're going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Blankenship got hit in the place you do not want to get hitched, so he's going to be singing the high notes on church morning on Sunday. So, with that, we're back to playing. Blankenship says he's okay. Hall Montgomery and the coaching staff all checked on him. Here comes the pitch from Messer. And that is low outside. Ball 2. Sherman's got 2 outs. Man trying to strike out Butcher to get to the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and that misses. Ball 3. 3-1 count for Butcher. Man trying to make it to the regionals for the 2nd straight year in Class Single A since they moved down. They've been there. Here comes the pitch. Low, misses. Ball 4. So Butcher will take his base at first. That is Messer. I believe it's his first walk of the game. 2nd walk of the game. Now that'll bring up number 28, Austin Davies. Messer. 2 pitch. That's in there. Strike 1. Messer's at 70 pitches. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2 from Davies. Messer. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Braxton Messer is what I've been told from Bill Lusk. So with that, Messer strikes out the batter. We're going into the bottom of the 5th. Man leads it 2-1. Man's going to try to put on some more runs. As the music plays, I'm going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Leading off this inning for man is number 10, Jace Atkins, as that pitch was swung on a miss, strike one. Butcher to pitch, outside, ball one. Man holds a 2-1 lead, trying to advance to the regional finals to face the winner of either Wahama or Ravenswood. Here comes the pitch. Foul tip back off the backstop. Jace Atkins, strike two. A 1-2 count from Atkins. Logan is already, I'm a Logan guy. They've already punched their tickets to the regionals. They're waiting on the winner of Sissonville and Winfield. Man, trying to do the same thing. Moving on. Here comes the pitch. Atkins fouls it out in the Little League field. Still a 1-2 count for Jace Atkins. Butcher is at 59 pitches. Atkins is 0 for 2 today on a line out and a ground out. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. Atkins lines it down third base. It bounces off of him. Atkins is trying to beat it over, and he does. He gets away. Jenkins threw it over to first. It got away from the first baseman, Skeens. So a hard-hitting bobble by Skeens. That will go down as an error. And man is on with a leadoff runner on first. And that'll bring up Caleb Vance for man. Vance stepping into the plate. And they squared a bunt. Jace Atkins' speed takes off, and he's at second. As that pitch misses, ball one. So Atkins is in scoring position. Here comes the pitch. Vance fouls it back right towards us. Strike one. The Hillbillies trying to get to the regional finals. Butcher steps off the mound on an error throw by Jenkins over to first. Got Atkins on. It was a hard hit. But Atkins stole to second. So here comes the pitch. And the pitch is low. Ward thought about throwing over. Atkins gets back at second. So that'll be ball two. Oh, you're gone. Here comes the pitch from Butcher, and pops it up. Bunt from Vance will go out of play. Strike two. As that last pitch, as Butcher was thrown over to second, Atkins back in there safe. So with a 2-2 count for Caleb Vance, trying to move Atkins over, try to get him in scoring position. Here comes the pitch, and that is high. Ball three. Full count now for Caleb Vance. Butcher with a full count pitch. Vance hits that hard, and it's going to drop. Atkins is rounding third. He is heading home. And he's going to score. Man leads it 3-1 on an RBI single from Caleb Vance with no outs. That'll bring up number 24, the short, well, it was shortstop, now right fielder, Caleb Blevins.
Right fielder, number 24, Caleb Blevins.
So Caleb Vance gets an RBI single. Man leads it 3-1. Here comes the pitch, and that is high inside. Ball 1. Here in the bottom of the 5th, Man leads it 3-1 over Sherman. Butcher throws back over to first, and Vance is in there safe. Sherman has yet to make any changes on the mound or in the field. They're going strong with this lineup. Here comes the pitch. Vance takes off for second, and he is in there safe. Ward does not get the throw over, and that'll be a stolen base for Caleb Vance. So Man's got another runner in scoring position. Butcher wants to talk it over with Ward. Looks like Butcher was not happy about that throw from Ward. Vance uses his feet to get over to second, and there he's in scoring position now. So the catcher now comes back behind the plate. They get their instructions. So a 2-0 count for Blevins with a runner in scoring position. And he has a chance to blow this game open to give Man a 3-run lead. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Blevins fouls it out of play. Strike 1. It's in the Little League field. Again, guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel or send me a friend request on Facebook. Do one or the other. Trying to bring action around Logan County. Well, I got free time. Here comes the pitch, and that is high. Ball 3. Vance thought about taking off the third. So 3-1 count for Caleb Blevins. The dangerous Caleb Blevins, who, from what I remember, hit a grand slam against this Sherman Tide ball club earlier on in the regular season. So here comes the 3-1 pitch, and Blevins fouls it back right at me. Strike 2. Full count for Blevins. Blevins has a basketball state title. He wants a baseball state title. He's got to win step 1 in order to get that baseball state title, and that's win the sectionals. Step 2 is win the regionals. Step 3 is winning the whole thing, winning the big gravy. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. That's outside. Ball 4. Blevins walks to first with no outs. That'll bring up number 15, Preston Blankenship, who Saturday night smacked a 2-run home run over the 365 sign in center field to bring Man back within the runs, trying to get Man back in the game. So Butcher with the pitch. That's inside. No, they called strike. That looked high and inside, but they called umps final. So, an 0-1 pitch from Butcher to Blankenship, and that is high. Ball 1. The 1-1 count for Preston Blankenship. Blankenship takes the pitch, and he fouls it out of play to the Little League field, for strike 2. A 1-2 count for Blankenship. Man leads it 3-1 over the Tide of Sherman. Trying to make it to regional finals to face the winner of Wahama or Ravenswood. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Blankenship grounds it back to the pitcher, and throw over to first, and Blankenship is out for the first out, but that will move the runners from second to third and first to second. So Blevins is on second, Vance is on third, and that is 1 out for Man. Now bring up the first baseman, who was the catcher to start the game, Brady Hall Montgomery. Blevins called time so he can get back on. And now, Hall Montgomery going to step in to try to bring home Vance and Blevins. Base hit here for Man can really open up this game. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. And Hall Montgomery lays down the back. They're going to throw it over, and he is safe. And Hall Montgomery, no one is over at second. Hall Montgomery lays down a squeeze bunt, sacrifice bunt, really. Skeens trying to make the play at the plate. Vance is safe. And with that, Man's got, again, 2 runners in scoring position as Hall Montgomery went to first. No one was at second. He took off the second. So Man leads it 4-1 over the Tide. So Man, with Bo Thompson up, Bo's going to lay down the bunt. Blevins gets back in at third. They were trying to throw down, but no one was there as the fielders were trying to come up and take that bunt and try to not score, keep Man at bay, not to score any more runs. So Ward is going to come out and talk to the pitcher and third baseman. And Coach Daniels is going to talk it over with Thompson. He's giving him instructions on what he needs to do. Bo's going to try to lay down the bunt. And that's high. Ball 2. Oh, excuse me, ball 1. Now the bunt's on. That pitch goes bunt. It goes foul out of play. Strike 2. 1-2 count for Bo Thompson. Will they keep the bunt on, or will Bo try to do what he can? Butcher steps off the mound. He doesn't like what he sees. He wants to regroup. So with the 1-2 count on Thompson, Thompson is in good position to bring home Blevins and Hall Montgomery. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2-2 count for Bo Thompson, the sophomore. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. Thompson. Foul, popped up, foul out of play. That's in the Little League field. Still a 2-2 count for Bo Thompson. Butcher trying to get this second out. Trying to strike out Thompson. Here comes the pitch. Thompson hits a grounder, and it's getting past the... No, scooped up by shortstop. Throws it over to third. Nope. Hall Montgomery's in a rundown, and they didn't tag him. He's safe. And the run will count. They said he didn't tag him. They thought he tagged him, and we're going to get a talking from the field ump and the Sherman's head coach and Coach Petrie, as they are not happy. That run will count. From my point of view, from where I was, it looked like Hall Montgomery did get tagged in the lower part of his leg. You couldn't tell, really. So, with that fielder's choice, an RBI's fielder choice, Man now leads it 5-1. As Blevins came home and scored from third.
Number 20, Hayden Dickerson.
Is it 5-1 or 4-1? Is it 5 or 4? It's 5. Okay.
So 5-1 as Dickerson is now up to bat. And that pitch lays down a bunt, misses. Strike 1. Caden Dickerson, the DH, is hitting for the second baseman, Gavin Klein. So here comes the pitch. Dickerson pops it up, and it's going to drop right in front. Dickerson, no throw by the pitcher, and bases are loaded for Man with only one out. He kept the ball. He was thought about throwing to third. And Hall Montgomery's in safe at third.
Braxton Messer.
Bo Thompson safe at second. And Caden Dickerson is safe at first. So we're going to get a mound visit from the Sherman coach, and he's going to talk it over with his infield, trying to get this second out and try not to have more damage from man. And so while he talks it over, I'm going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Messer's up to bat, and that first pitch is swung on and missed. Strike one for Messer. So, man with one out has scored. He runs, and Messer lays down a bunt, and they're going to throw over to first, and he is out at first, but Hall Montgomery scores. Man leads it 6-1. So on the 5-3 fielder's choice, throws over to first. That'll be out number 2. And that'll bring up Colton Miller as man now leads it 6-1 over the Tide. So Colton Miller is going to step in to try and give this rally keep on going for man. Colton Miller steps in with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th, man has opened the floodgates. They lead it, and that pitch is high inside, ball 1. They have scored like 4 runs, excuse me, I had to look back at my sheet, in this inning. Here comes the pitch. And into the dirt, getting away, and Bo Thompson is in as the ball goes away. Dickerson's going to third. So, man now leads it 7-1. As the ball got away from Ward, and Thompson took advantage, went home and he scored, and then Ward tried to throw over to Butcher. Butcher was nowhere near, and Dickerson takes advantage, and he runs to third. And here comes the pitch from Butcher. Miller fouls it back. Strike 1. 2-1 count for Colton Miller. Maine has scored their 6th run in this inning. They are now opened it up on the Sherman Tide. Miller steps in with a 2-1 count. That is outside. Ball 3, 3-1 count. In this winner go home situation, man has took advantage. They lead 7-1 over the Sherman Tide. Here in the decisive game. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. Outside, ball 4. And Miller will be on first. So man's got runners at the corners with the leadoff man in this Jace Atkins.
I go like double around.
Jace Atkins.
I just mark a line like right around it. Oh, I had this situation at Scott and Logan when they put up 14 runs in 1 inning. I'm about to say,
Here comes the pitch. Never mind. Sorry. Looking over my score sheet real quick. Make sure I'm correct on stuff, and I am. Here comes the pitch from Butcher, and they throw down. Not in time. Miller is safe. Dickerson did not take off from third. So, man has 2 runners in scoring position as that pitch was called strike. Here comes the pitch from Butcher. Atkins hits it. It gets by the third baseman, and that will score 1. Miller's rounding third. The speed of Miller is coming home. He is in. And Atkins is in with a 2 RBI double. Or, excuse me, a single. He advanced on the throw. And now it's 9-1 Sherman. And that looks like it's curtain call for Jared Butcher. So man has really opened up this game. They lead 9-1 over Sherman. As that is curtain call for Jared Butcher. We're going to get a new pitcher. So while the new pitcher comes in to relieve Jared Butcher, we are going to step aside. We'll be right back. And it looks like A.J. Skeens is coming in to relieve for Jared Butcher. So we're going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Skeens is on the mound for Sherman as that pitch swung on a miss by Caleb Vance for strike one. With 2 outs, man has an opportunity to put the 10-run rule in. A hit by Vance can score Atkins as Vance fouls it out of third base line. Strike 2. So while Skeens moves to the mound, Allen has moved over. No, looks like it is. No, it is Jared Butcher's at first. Allen is still at short. Here comes the pitch, and that misses inside, high, ball 1. Here comes the pitch. Vance hits it. Jenkins scoops it up, throws it over, and that is out number 3. But man opens up the floodgates. They scored, I believe, 7 runs in this inning. And they now lead 9-1 over the Sherman Tide. Sherman's has got to go ahead and make some noise if they want to get back in this game. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Leading off this inning for the Tide is A.J. Skeens. Here comes the pitch from Messer. Skeens hits a grounder. Vance scoops it up, throws over to Hall Montgomery, and he is out for out number 1. Tried to leave the camera where you guys can see it. I mean, you got the fence in front of here that kind of, it takes away from some of the vision, but it's very needed here because that foul balls come right back at me. So with that, 1 out, Messer pitching to our next batter for the Tide. Number 2, Logan Green. That pitch is foul, tipped back over the press box. Strike 1. Here comes the pitch from Messer. And Green did go around. Strike 2. Man has opened up this ball game leading 9-1 with the 10-run rule in effect. Next inning, they score 2 runs. The game will be called, and the game will be over. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Low, bounced into the dirt. Ball 1. Again, Man's in the driver's seat to win this game. If they go on to win this game, they're looking to find out who wins between Ravenswood and Wahama and see where they will go. Here comes the pitch from Messer. And that is a hard hitting by Green. That's going to drop, and that is going to be a base hit. Blevins cuts off the bounce, and that will be a base hit for Logan Green, and that'll bring back up the top of the lineup for the Crimson Tide. For the Sherman Tide, excuse me. Crimson Tide like Alabama. Roll Tide. So, number 3, Cole Whitehead's back up the bat. Messer, 2 pitch. It's in there. Strike 1. Good pitch from Messer. And Logan is in their regional. They're waiting to see who's the winner of Sissonville and Winfield. And here comes the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 2 for Whitehead. Messer with 0-2 pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Messer. 2 pitch. Swung on a miss. The ball gets away, and then they got it. They will not complete the strikeout as first base is occupied, and that is out number 2. Cole Whitehead swung on a miss. The ball got away from the catcher, but since first base was occupied, it will automatically go down as a strikeout. So now, coming up the bat for the Tide, number 10, Clay Massey. Man, trying to get to regionals for back-to-back consecutive years and trying to get back to Charleston, to Appalachian Power Park, to try to win a state title. First state title they're trying to win since 2014, my senior year, when I was at Logan High. That pitch misses, ball 1. I remember that. Man was playing for the state title. It was almost the last day of school. I didn't have to go back, and I said, I'm going to go down and watch Man play, and they did win a state title. And I was very happy to see Man win their first baseball state title as that pitch misses, ball 2. A lot happened in my senior year. That was the last time Logan High made the football playoffs. Chapmanville made the state tournament for basketball, and Man won a state title. So good year in Logan County that year for all ball clubs and all sports in Logan County as that pitch misses, ball 3. Messer. 2 pitch. Low. Ball 4. And Cole Massey reaches first on a walk. And that'll bring up the shortstop, number 1, Holden Allen. So Man with 2 outs, trying to get the third out. Has walked 2 runners on. gave up a hit and walked the last runner on first. So Sherman's got a runner in scoring position, but they have a comfortable 9-1 lead. And last Saturday, Sherman got up big, 11-0 in the first inning, and that's all it took. Blevins took the loss for Sherman. For Man, here comes the pitch, and that misses, ball 1. Sherman came out swinging hot that game, they were trying to do the same thing, but good pitching from Blankenship and Messer has shut down Sherman in this contest. Only allowed 1 run, and that pitch misses outside, ball 2. It's my second time calling it. Third, actually. I called the Logan Man game down here, called the Logan Man game at Logan. Now I'm calling the Man game here, as we're going to get a visit from Coach Jack Daniels talking it over with Messer. As he does, I'm going to step aside. We'll be right back. We're back, and that pitch misses, ball 3. So a 3-0 count for Holden Allen. Sherman's got 2 runners on, 1 at second, 1 at first. Here comes the pitch, low in the dirt, ball 4. Bases are loaded now for the Tide, and that'll bring up the dangerous hitter, Josh Jenkins, with 1 swing of the bat. Can make this game a brand new ball game.
Josh Jenkins.
So Josh Jenkins now steps up to the plate for the Tide, trying to bring home all 3 runners and to give the Tide back in this game. All he can do is make it 5-9, but that'll be a good trip. That'll be a good chip away for Tide as that pitch goes outside, ball 1. Messer, 2 pitch. That's in there. Looked outside, but it called strike. So 1-1 count for Jenkins. The dangerous Josh Jenkins for the Tide. He's a senior. This is his last go-around. He wants to get Sherman to the regional finals. Messer, 2 pitch. And that is high. Almost hit Jenkins. Inside. Way inside. Ball 2. So 2-1 count for Jenkins. If I was Jenkins, I'd let it hit me. You get on base, it's only going to hurt for a few minutes. Unless it really hits your nose, then sometimes you got to worry about that. But if it hit you, you'd get a run in. Didn't have to do a thing. Here comes the pitch, and that is hard. Almost hit the field ump. Whoa. That's 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. That is a hard hit line drive shot by Josh Jenkins. Almost took out the second base ump. And with that, Sherman scores 2 runs. They trail 9-3 with runners on first and second. An absolute shot by Josh Jenkins. Oh my Lord, that was close to taking out the field judge. And he is a part of the field, so you can't do nothing about it. And that pitch misses, ball 1. As Messer is now at 94 pitches. He's done for 3 days. But he's the hot pitcher right now. You want to keep him going. Here comes the pitch. It's in there, strike 1. Right down the pipe. But if you couldn't see it, that ball was really close to nailing that field ump. Messer. 2-pitch. That is popped up, and camping under it is Gavin Klein. He's going to make the catch for out number 3. So Sherman scores 2 runs. Man leads it 9-3. We're going into the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back after this short break. All right, we're back. Had to take a long break. Sorry. That 2 pitches goes for 1-1 count now for Caleb Blevins. Here comes the pitch. Blevins swung on a miss. Strike 2. Man, it's just 2 innings away. Really, 2 innings away. Or 1 inning away, actually. In the 7th inning to end this ball game. Blevins. And that pitch, low, misses, gets away from the catcher, ball 2. So we got a 2-2 count on Caleb Blevins. Blevins 0 for 2 today, but he is due a home run. Here comes the pitch, outside, ball 3. Sherman knows what happened last time Blevins was at bat. He crushed a grand slam. Here comes the pitch. Blevins hits the one right back up the middle, and it bounces away from the shortstop, and Blevins makes it safe at first as Sherman no-throws it, and Blevins will get on with a hard-hitting single. I mean, I rule that as a single because that was a hard hit that just got away from the shortstop. So now that'll bring up Preston Blankenship for man. Here comes the pitch. Blevins is going as a strike. Blevins is in there safe at second. No throw. But it's called strike 1 on Blankenship. Here comes the pitch. Blankenship foul tipped. Caught by the catcher. Strike 2. 0-2 count for Preston Blankenship. Man, with no outs, has a runner on second. And they called a balk. Blevins will now go over to third on a balk. So, Blankenship with a chance to bring him in with no outs. Skeens, 2-pitch. Blankenship, fouls it back over my head. looks like into the river or something for a strike. We're still an 0-2 count. For those of you who don't know, I'm in the man press box. Thank you, Mike Crosby, for allowing me to stream your games. And thank you for allowing me to be set up here as the pitch comes on. Blankenship fouls it into the Little League field. 0-2 count. Still an 0-2 count for Blankenship. Man. With the pitch. That pitch is low. Ball 1. Man's Blankenship waiting on that pitch. It went low. Ball 1. So 1-2 count for Blankenship. Skeens to pitch. Blankenship hits a grounder. Fielded by the shortstop. Throws over to first. He is out in time, but that will score a run. So it goes as an RBI. Man leads it 10-3 over Sherman with 1 out now. And that'll bring up number 6, Brady Hall Montgomery, who is signed to play baseball at my alma mater, West Virginia State University. Skeens to pitch. Hall Montgomery tried to lay it thinking of a bunt. Pulled it back. It was called strike 1 anyway. So an 0-1 count for Hall Montgomery. Here comes the pitch. And that pitch is high. Ball 1. So a 1-1 count for Montgomery. Here comes the pitch. In there. Ooh. No. No, says the umps. Ball 2. That looked good, but I guess not. So 2-1 count for Hall Montgomery. Here comes the pitch. Montgomery swung on a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 count for Hall Montgomery with 1 out on the board in the bottom of the 6th. This is a win or go home, as you can see on the scoreboard. Win or go home. Here comes the pitch. Hall Montgomery hits a grounder right towards the shortstop. Throws over to first on the 6-3 play, and that will be out number 2. Now that brings up Bo Thompson. Bo Thompson. Bo Thompson comes in, steps in. He reached base last time on a walk. Here comes the pitch. That misses. Ball 1. Skeens. From what I know, he is one of their ace pitchers. Sherman has a lot of good pitchers. That pitch is in there. Strike 1. 1-1 count for Bo Thompson. Skeens with the 1-1 pitch. Outside. Ball 2. 2-1 count for Thompson. Man, trying to get to the state tournament for back-to-back years. Trying to get to the regionals for back-to-back seasons as Thompson hits a grounder. Scooped up by the third baseman Jenkins. Throws over to first on the 5-3 play. And that will end the bottom of the 6th. We're going into the top of the 7th. Sherman's got to score 7 runs to keep this game going. Man will be in the field. Sherman will come up the bat. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here in the top of the 7th. Back on the mound for man is Preston Blankenship as that pitch low, ball 1. So Blankenship left with 38 pitches. Now he's back. And that's his 39th pitch for Blankenship. Here comes the pitch, and that's a hard hit. That is going to get caught by the center fielder, Jace Atkins, for out number 1. So man is 2 outs away from moving on to the regional finals where they'll face the winner of Wahama and Ravenswood, who we're going to find out to see who wins that game. Man's in the driver's seat. They lead 10-3 over the Sherman Tide. Here comes the pitch. And that misses. Ball 1. Outside, ball 1. I've just been told there is no score update between Wahama and Ravenswood. Here comes the pitch. And that's in there. Strike 1. That pitch is in there. Strike 2. A 1-2 count for Blankenship. That is Davies. Blankenship. Moved back to the mound. Hall Montgomery's now behind the plate at catching. That pitch is in there. Davies goes down looking. Strike 3. And man is 1 out away from winning this ball game. Blevins moves back to shortstop. Caleb Vance moves to third. Messer moves to the right field. And Bo Thompson moves to first. So man is 1 out away from ending this ball game. That'll bring up Logan Green. And here comes the pitch. And that misses. Ball 1 outside. So Green with a 1-0 count on Blankenship. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 1. Man, just 2 strikes away from ending this ball game and moving on to the regionals for back-to-back consecutive years. Here comes the pitch from Blankenship, and that is low into the dirt. Ball 2. I'm pretty sure if man makes it to the regionals, they'll be playing some tune-up games. You never know. Logan could be one of them, or they could play other single-A schools for tune-up games. You never know. So here comes the pitch from Blankenship. Swung on a miss. Strike 2. 1 strike away. And man comes out of here with a Class Single A Region 4 Section 1 championship for the 2nd consecutive year. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. High. Ball 3. Man was ready to celebrate. Logan has already punched their ticket to the regionals. Man is looking to punch their ticket to the regionals. Chattanville got eliminated by Wayne. So here comes the full count pitch. That's hit high, and it's going to get caught by Jace Atkins, and it is the catch, and man wins the Region 4 Section 1 championship. Man has done it. They move on to regionals with the win over the Sherman Tide with the final score 10-3. Man, season is alive. Sherman's season is done. Man will now have to wait to see who they will face in the regional finals, either against Wahama or Ravenswood. But that is your ball game. The final score, man 10, Sherman 3. Your Logan County Man Hillbilly High player of the game. If I had to go look it back, but I'll go look it up. I'll tally it up, and once I get the final tally, I will come back and I'll give you the man player of the game. Again, I don't do interviews. This is only I only do it for Logan because they're my boys. I don't do interviews, but I don't know. We'll see what else they do. We'll see what we can do. But man wins it 10-3. We'll be right back as we're going to announce the player of the game. All right, we're back. Helps if I put the mic down. All right, we're back. So your impact player of the game for the Man High School Hillbillies is number 9, Caleb Vance. Caleb Vance. He laid down a bunt that reached first. He hit a single and scored. And he got hit by a pitch. So Caleb Vance, to me, is the Man High Hillbilly impact player of the game for tonight's ball club. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Man is moving on to the regionals. They are now Region 4, Section 1 champions, defeating the Sherman Tide. Sherman's season ends. Heartbreak for the senior class of Sherman. They got this far back-to-back years and came up short. Man will now face either Wahama or Ravenswood. If Wahama wins, Man will go to Game 1 to Wahama, host Game 2 here, and if Game 3 is necessary, back at Wahama. If Ravenswood wins, then Man will host Game 1, Ravenswood will host Game 2, and if Game 3 is necessary, we'll go back to Man. But that is your final score, 10-3. Man beats Sherman Tide. Guys, thank you for watching. I am signing out. See you next time.